Hello, all. Dime Nickel, the first in the house today. Hello, Silver 2. Look, I got the update, but everybody else is going to want the Panos and Cookies update. Warm banana chocolate chip bread, maybe? I'm in. Hello, Real Tom, Mr. Lee, Blake Smith, Barefoot, Gypsy. Hello, Tommy, on the other side of the water. Hello, Miss Sissy. Jacob and Amy. Hello, Charlie Doodle. Been up cooking and baking since 10:30. I just finished doing some prep myself. Put it in the fridge 4 minutes ago. Getting things ready to make tomorrow faster. Hello, Leslie, George. Hello, John. John Blue Star in chat said, we need to hold off on artificial intelligence until we get a handle on natural stupidity. Dude, one of the greatest quotes I think I have seen. Oh, all right. I got to take a picture of that one so I don't forget it. That one is simply too good to forget. All right. Now I'm ready. And isn't that the truth? The travesty of the National Guardsmen in D.C. being attacked, ambushed. Not a great way to start a Thanksgiving weekend. They've not released on the who, but we have a photo in the stretcher of the assailant. RC, Mark, evening there. I've been hearing some rumors that we could possibly not actually start making appointments till sometime in January. You've heard anything about it? I've heard those rumors. I was told not to give them credence. Of course, nobody's been right yet, so you always consider them. But it semi fits in what I am hearing, that they're going to try to get us started before, and that let's call it the general public, the people that know absolutely nothing, nobody informed them, nobody whatever, tells them about the changes in January. I think we'll go before then. No, you are correct, EC Watchers Club. Definitely no green beans being prepped. Chocolate chip pumpkin. That pumpkin chip. So it was like a chocolate chip cookie with pumpkin in it. Strangely enough, sounds good. No whiskey and wisdom. No whiskey and wisdom tonight. Too many people with family doing prep, etc. And I kind of need the time too. Jackie, when my husband got the turkey, he saw a beautiful free-range 10-pound bird, $19.99 a pound. Holy crap. Yeah, I bet he didn't get that one. That's nuts. I mean, probably absolutely worth it, but are the CFAs you speak about coins or monetary paper? Monetary paper, Philippines. It seems to cause some confusion. I've dropped the link on that one over and over and over, but I don't post it anywhere, so people don't get it. So I'm going to post you a Wikipedia link to the currencies I'm referring to. Try to make it easier for everybody, and we'll even show a picture. I'm going to put that link in all of the different platforms. You may have to scroll through to catch it. All right, now back to it. We're talking about the Central African, or the CFA franc. There are two different francs, the XAF and the CFA, and they represent different Central African currencies. The Western African currency is the green one, encompasses these countries. Central African, between the two of them, these two currencies, they represent Ghana, Congo, so many different. It's pretty exciting. See, what did Bowler post? Said, Frank posted, I want you to understand, or said, that the World Trade Organization, IMF, and BIS, along with the U.S. Treasury and CBI, working hard on the monetary reform. Yes, they are. They're not working on lifting zeros. Nope. That comes after. There's a simple thing. That's a push of a button. Boom. pretty much agree with that. Kathleen did pretty much the same thing, prep for cooking tomorrow. That way it just all goes on the stove. It all comes off hot at the same time. The only difference is the up extra early to put the turkey into the smoker. See, could today's event be a scare event we were told about? I don't think it's big enough, Dr. Sarah. Let's talk on that one quickly, and then we'll get into news. You got to like that one, Beverly. Anybody know how much vodka to put in the green bean casserole? We're out of milk. An entire fifth. Hello, Wet Portland. I know we need to be on this one. What we're referring to or referencing for those that have not caught the news today. 2 National Guard members shot near the White House. The suspect is in custody. Trump says the animal will pay a steep price. They have captured the suspect. They do have, of course, they got them semi-covered here. Oh, no, that's the National Guardsmen. 2 of them, they are in bad condition, but still with us. Critical condition is what we're being told. Here they have, well, I'm going to bounce over to X. Bergen Hobbs posting a photo of the civilian and possible suspect in Farragut West shooting. Looks like they're Muslim. He does. We'll see. May not be at all. 2 National Guardsmen shot. After all of the rhetoric this week, I am not surprised. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if that makes it any better. Let me see if I can go this route. Won't let me do that. I think that picture is even better, or a little better. Heavier fellow, coloring, yes, possibly very Middle Eastern, possibly today's melting pot. So the question is what prompted it? Was it the Democrats this past week screaming about defy orders? Of course, then they tried to say illegal. Of course, they would defy illegal orders. Duh. That they even made the videos kind of duh. As Homer would say. Duh. What do you guys think on the possible suspect or motive? We don't have a lot yet. The shooting, could it bring martial law and RV notifications? I guess I'm not looking for it to. But let's get back to the news story. And it is constantly updating. I should probably update it now and see if it's changed any. The West Virginia governor has issued a strange backtrack after minutes prior announcing Guard members were shot and confirmed dead. They've not been confirmed dead. Okay, so we can move past that one. AP News reports 2 National Guard soldiers were shot point blank just outside the White House perimeter at 17th and Hargett, whatever the name of that street is, northwest. Trump has responded saying both soldiers have been critically wounded by the animal that shot the 2 National Guardsmen, said the attacker will pay a very steep price. The president's words at this point imply a lone shooter in custody. White House is here, shooting here, basically 2 blocks away, 1 block, 2 block. Lafayette Square, so kind of catty corner to it. Condition of the soldiers, not yet known. We are constantly getting updates. If anybody else gets any updates, please let me know. Marks for America, you're probably not wrong, sir. Motive is I hate everyone. It's the politics I hate. It's the day and age we live in. Woes and wars, that is what they need. They need conflict right now to keep us from looking at the damage they have done, their bankers have done, politicians have done. You ever feel like they're trying to distract you? Trump sending 500 more National Guard who can't defend themselves to D.C., getting in a farm, sending. I think you're more likely to see them take the gloves off and let them defend themselves. The left also saying National Guard were going around shooting citizens randomly. It's Mark Kelly's already under investigation. I think it is going to be a crackdown. Fox News saying critical condition. Suspect in the shooting of 2 National Guard members in the White House has been initially identified as an Afghan national. All right. We have an update here. The suspect in the D.C. National Guard shooting has been identified as a 29-year-old Afghan national, Rahmanullah Lakanwal. I am so sorry for mispronouncing the name, to his family, per multiple reports. That explains it. Let's see. Financial podcasts, including Andy, or podcasters saying very little physical silver is available. I am getting that a lot. It's like it's okay for the individuals, but larger, they can't get it. It's like still have coins available. It doesn't make sense for the big boys to buy because they need far more volume. Came in 2021 under the Biden administration. All right. We'll leave that one there until we have more information. We're going to take off to Iraq. Iraq faces a $60 trillion revenue loss after the exchange rate shift. What do they mean? I always get a kick how they try to twist economics. We got another article coming on that one later in the podcast this evening. Going to try to keep it fairly short. But what they're painting is when the Iraqi dinar increased in value under Soudani, when it went from $1 would buy 145,000 to $1 would buy 130,000. Well, the government over all those years, they're saying, has lost 60 trillion in revenue because of what they're paying. They're trying their best. They get a kick out of it, painting deflation as evil. It's not necessarily evil at all. It's misunderstood because they're trying to change history. But what happened was Soudani picked the people over the politicians by changing the value. I've said it before, and I'll say it again and again and again. It's kind of like in the U.S. They can defend the currency and the value, or they can defend the government and the bonds. It's one or the other. Which is more important? Tighten your belt, be responsible with your money, and your people prosper, or be irresponsible with your money, throw it away willy-nilly and enjoy it, and make the people suffer. Soudani chose the people. But as I read these and you watch them trying to spin what he's done, political battle does make for very interesting. The only people that believe this are Keynesian economic theorists. Minister of Interior, the process of securing the border is now the best in the history of the Iraqi state. Give me stability. Give me safety. I'll give you a new dinar. More secure than in the history of the Iraqi state. Now, why is this one important? Because, well, one, just the whole safety and stability thing. But two, in their reforms that they said that they would enact before they lifted their purchasing power, Soudani even made the comment about making it the father of the dollar again, returning it to its former glory as the most valuable currency in the world. They said they would secure the borders before they changed the rate. They just announced they've secured the borders. Most secure they've been in the history of the Iraqi state. Thought that one was positive. Bond side, dead silence. Bank side, group side, dead silence. So we had a little of these. These were positive. The EU and India bypass SWIFT USD payment rails. Breaking. Yeah, the EU and the India bypass it. European Central Bank has entered new territory by moving to link its target instant payment settlement system with India's UPI network, making the first time the EU's instant payment infrastructure has been directly connected with the BRICS, with a BRICS nation. This is the market that will force these changes. Also, what I consider to be the dead man switch, the one that says we can only go to a certain point. This is what we're watching. When you look at SWIFT USD, it's okay. SWIFT is that whole European banker, central bank, fiat bank, Federal Reserve group of London bankers that owns monetary control. They're losing it. I love watching these. Fundamentals are changing. What's the world going to look like after? This is the article. There's a couple in here I am hoping some of you folks will take the time to read. Jeffrey Tucker, one of my favorite authors over at the Epoch Times. Certain myths survive from a period of trauma. They can be wholly incorrect and yet widely believed by nearly all living experts. The myth keeps moving from generation to generation and becomes doctrine, one which we dare not question for fear of contradicting the settled consensus. It so happens that everyone knows something that is entirely incorrect. Talking about deflation, it's bad. It is not bad. It is not necessarily bad. There are different types. It is a good thing. We look at the periods where the standard of living for Americans, or period, anybody around the world, have gone up. There have been periods of deflation. The Gilded Ages, the greatest increase in living standard in the world, any nation, any people, anywhere here in the U.S. That period was marked by deflation because the fundamentals were better. Money was pegged to an asset. We started manufacturing. That certainly helped because we could start producing goods more cheaply and in larger amounts. So that greatly helped cut costs. So it was a great period of deflation. We have the potential for that still, especially with technology. Very interesting piece on it. I hope many of you folks will read it. I will drop those, but it gets into the history of inflation, the history of deflation. I could not suggest that one enough. I'm dropping that link on all of them. There's a couple that I really hope to get you all's feedback on. Afghan, yep, okay. Got late people joining us telling about the shooting. Reading a few of these. Is this where the paper silver takes down the banks and they're shorting or selling paper silver? We're close, Mr. Bill and Linda. I've been waiting for it for quite some time. We've been waiting for it. The collapse pretty much started in 2019, and it's been one Band-Aid after another Band-Aid after another Band-Aid. I think they actually talk about it in some of these. No. I think Hugh talks about it in another article. Oh, wait, I was going to make that one last. Let's do this one. We're saving the aliens for last. Connecting the dots reveals a dire picture. This is over at the Burning Man platform. I thought he did a very interesting breakdown, one that adamant TDS people, meaning Trump, on the positive side, are probably not going to be excited about this one. But just saying, while he has been a huge help, it has not gone far enough. And I tend to agree with that one. We look at inflation. Inflation's down. We still have inflation, but prices haven't got any better. And this is where the two articles kind of merge. It just stinks less. So we get 2 or 3% instead of 10%. We're still losing money. We are still robbing our bank accounts. Future generations are still being stolen from, just not at the same level that it would be if Biden and Harris were there. We have to balance the budget. We have to pay our bills, and we have to quit living on the future. Nobody wants to hear it, but it is a reality in your personal finances and your government finance. It holds true. And they do just a very interesting takedown on potential. I think they get some things a little wrong in here, but it is worth reading it to challenge your thinking. All right, now on to that one. Ooh, pies. I want pies. Oh, yeah, no, song was great. It was fantastic. Now let's keep going. Before the voice calls it quits. Trump UFO bombshell incoming. Filmmaker predicts a major disclosure. Distraction, psyop, or something more. Farah made the claim on Joe Rogan's podcast while promoting a new documentary titled The Age of Disclosure as Farah teases amnesty for black budget insiders. Is Trump poised to unmask aliens? Is this another misdirect? In other words, do we need a distraction? Last time we had the big distraction, it was the Nord Stream bombing. Hersh had come out with his findings about it most likely being rogue or Ukrainian intelligence with some support from U.S. possibly. Talked about it in link. We don't know. Do I think it's probable? Highly. But that's when the Tic Tac UFOs came out. We had a distraction. So if they're talking about launching this, is this just going to be another distraction? Vance has kind of leaked or hinted at that we're going to get disclosure about the billions and trillions of dollars that have been spent trying to reverse engineer. I want to know what you all think. King Solomon or Kirby, thank you. Forgot it's one of my brother's birthdays this morning, born before I moved in. Older brother. No, I do not think XRP will take over Swift. I think XRP will be one of the tools that helps take over Swift. I think it will be a very key component, but XRP is not capable of doing it on its own. That's like, do you think a hammer is going to build the house? The contractor built the house. He just used the hammer. Think of XRP as the hammer, a very cool, really awesome hammer, but a hammer. Or think of it, like the people who make the most money during a gold rush aren't the miners. It's the people selling the shovels. Think of it as selling the shovels. Reverse engineer what? They are claiming that they have found and hold and possess alien technology and ships. Multiple countries do. And it is call it a Cold War race for technology to reverse engineer. That's what they're expecting to be dropped on us. Snowden is saying, hey, not so certain. I'd say there's a better chance that the government's trying to hide what they've been doing, meaning not alien-wise, but the state of the economy, the money they've spent, the money they've blown, the damages that they have done, the COVID overreaction, the desire from the authoritarian state in Europe to take over, which has been trying to take over in the U.S. as well. He believes it's going to be more of a diversion from that and a push towards their Great Reset or the Klaus Schwab reset instead of ours. That's Snowden's worry and concern. So I wanted you all's take on it. Are we about to enter golden age, or are we going to get some dollars and need to start building our bunkers? Julie's birthday. Happy birthday. 26th birthday. Oh, no, today's the 26th. What is your go-to dish you must have on Thanksgiving and your favorite dessert? Favorite dessert, warm pumpkin pie with vanilla Breyers, all natural ice cream. That's my favorite dessert. I can't really say favorite dish because my absolute favorite thing that makes Thanksgiving so cool food-wise, mashed potatoes, and I make the best on the planet, period. Don't anybody else get butthurt over facts. Mashed potatoes, turkey, gravy, and really good cut corn. I'll make like a bowl out of it and eat it, like mix it all together, bites of it in the gravy, especially when you're scooping it up with some hot yeast rolls. Ooh, that's my favorite. That is my favorite. Barefoot Gypsy stuffing is my favorite. Not a big stuffing fan. I'm told I make really good stuffing. I like putting cut apple in it and cranberries and maybe some raisins if I don't have cranberries, the dried cranberries. Janet, Joy's niece's birthday. How do you make your potatoes? I'm a purist. I make my potatoes. You cut them, you peel them, you cut them into chunks. You boil them until they're the right texture. Drain them. Butter, salt, whole milk. That's it. Whip it. Don't overthink it. Don't throw all the extra crap in it. They don't need it. They taste really good on their own. People overthink their potatoes. And my God, put the garlic down, people. Put the garlic down. You don't want to overpower the flavor of the potato and the butter. I know I just got in trouble with some of you folks that have a need to throw everything in the kitchen sink in there. Simple. That's right. Simple, simple, simple. Epicenter. I've used all kinds. White potatoes do well. Strangely enough, they don't reheat as well, but a russet potato makes it really good mashed potato. A really good mashed potato. I mean, I've used just about anything that sits still in the way of potatoes. See, I agree with you. The only way to make that keep it simple. Simply, I understand the vitamin thing. It's just a flavor and look thing. I do love some corn pudding. Blueberry lemon cobbler for dessert. You guys are killing me now. Ha! Mr. Cobb, I'll get in trouble with you. Depends on the fish. Some fish, lemon's a good thing. But overall, I'll agree with you. I like mine blackened though. Most of the fish I like is blackened, but I love blackening. See what Sue had said. Leave the sour cream and the cream cheese out of your mashed potatoes. Just put it down. Walk away from it. Whoever that person that made the TikTok needs their butt kicked. Apple crisp. Yeah, no green beans. I talked to you guys earlier about lima beans. The boy's grandmother showed me how she makes hers with bouillon in it. They are so good. Turducken, lots of butter. Yes, lots of butter. Real butter. Oh, yeah. Shed Lady, if you can find real cream instead of milk, it is great. It's just finding it. I 100% agree with you on that one, Shed Lady. Anakin, gonna smoke a 16-pound turkey. You'll get a kick out of this. My 16-pound turkey, I think, weighed like 14 after defrosted and all the ice they put in it melted. Have anybody weighed the before and after on a turkey? I'd be curious how it plays out. Calling on all prayer warriors to send prayers for my kitty, Rolly, who I just rushed to the vet hospital for a blood transfusion, severe anemia, totally blindsided. Jersey girl, what a tough day for it to happen, too. Sending prayers and thoughts. Charlie Doodle, got a whole cranberry soaking in orange soda, cranberry juice, and apple pucker. Will drain and cover with powdered sugar, bake. Yeah. Oh, what? Russian cranberries? Orange soda, cranberry. I mean, it would taste like, remember how we always made that instant Russian tea, which I loved as a kid. I mean, I was so excited about the holidays because they'd mix it up. It had like country time lemonade mix in it, instant tea mix in it, whatever. You mix it in hot water. Loved that stuff. Probably nothing Russian about it. Definitely nothing healthy about it. But boy, did I get excited about it. Trish, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. Let's see to make a whole bag of potatoes. My husband wants to make sure. No, Neve, I think I could like make my mashed potatoes and give it as gifts under the tree for my kids. Pirate Moot, Thanksgiving seems like such a wholesome holiday. Australia needs something similar. It really is. Uh, Canada does their version, the US, and a number of countries kind of do their version. I really think Thanksgiving should be worldwide. We all need to stop, back up, and remember to be thankful for the many gifts in our life. And no matter how bad we have it better than most people around the world. And historically, the world has it way better now than they have had it at any time in history. I know that doesn't make you feel better. Well, unless we go back to the Garden of Eden. But it is kind of neat. Family, friends, usually. I always feel bad for the folks that don't have family or friends or somebody to be close to. There are so many out there that are alone, and it is tough. So for those that are alone, I'll be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern for sure. Well, depends on how long Dr. Scott wants to talk, but we will be here at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, normal time, for a little community chat, little support where we can enjoy you folks' Thanksgiving stories, help pray and be comfort for those that don't have family around for it. JC, I'm not doing mandatory jabs on pets. I grew up on a farm. See, Jennifer, they ruined Russian tea when Tang put artificial sweeteners, right? In the Tang, and Country Time did it with the tea. I agree with you. Now I got to feel guilty for it. I have a 25-pound turkey in the brine in the morning to inject with Cajun butter and garlic and a great rub. Then in the smoke. Okay, you put it in the smoker. I was going to say 25-pound turkey don't fit in most ovens. That's a problem I had one year. We raised our own turkeys when the kids were young. Thing was too big. Fortunately, I had a restaurant at the time. I had to go to the restaurant because it wouldn't fit in a normal kitchen stove. Tahoe, 5 families coming to grandma's house, 3 turkeys, deep fried, oven roasted, and smoked with all the sides, including green bean casserole. Saving a serving. Tahoe Builder, you know I love you, man. My people. Pecan and pumpkin pies. Marion, I love this one. No, Mark, my dad made the best mashed potatoes. Can dads have this one? Can dads have the mashed potato one? Or do we only get the smoked turkeys or the fried turkeys? What kind of wood do you smoke your turkey? It depends, but I usually mix some oak with some apple. Apple's a good choice. It is a good choice. Getting a farm. I make mine easy ingredients, just potatoes, butter, milk, and salt. Well, Castro, being alone isn't that bad, specifically with how much anger and hate's out there. You know, I guess it depends on your friends and family, right? You may have a really good point there, Castro. We need a cook-off, MZ cook-off for the cookbook. I try to specialize and keep it simple, but still have great flavors and try not to bury the flavor, accent the flavor. A lot of people pick something neutral so that they can overpower it because they like the spice or the sauce more than they like the protein or the starch, whatever it is supposed to be the feature. Oh, good old banana pudding. That sounds good. Memes. Been snowing here all day. Will end tomorrow evening. Prayers for the Michigan folks. 6 inches so far. You're just preparing for your white Christmas. I do need to do some it would be kind of fun to do a little cooking segment on occasion. Maybe that's what we'll do post RV. We'll go to a View style show, like one of those old fashioned shows. Ellen DeGeneres show, one of those, but not crazed liberal, like wholesome family, things that we're all worrying about. Cooking segments, fun stuff. Wouldn't that be neat to have a show like that back again? They weren't that, but before that, it would be cool. Twitch, can't go wrong. Oak mixed with a little mesquite down here. That's what I do when I'm making a prime rib Twitch. I'll do oak with a little mesquite. Do love corn pudding. Twitch, just oak works just fine. That would be my backup on a turkey or chickens. If I were doing like whole roasters, I would do the same thing. Biz, yes, tomorrow, normal time. I have no idea what to expect news-wise, guys, being Thanksgiving. I know the Middle East isn't celebrating Thanksgiving, so I'm hoping we still get some things, but it may be nothing more than Dr. Scott and I answering questions. And it could be the best one of the year. Panda, I do need a taste tester, right? Let's see. Breaking news. Trump was just rushed back to D.C. from Mar-a-Lago, and the 2 military guys that were shot died. Oh, boy. Could be some backlash there. Time to call it, folks. Yum on the prime rib. Oh, I do love making a good prime rib. That's what I do for Christmas, but it's going to be my first year traveling for it in some time. I got to go see my mommy. My mom. Go see her a couple of days before Christmas. Surely they kind of do that with a recipe room, but no, it would be neat. Like post RV, we can have like covered dishes and people can like post the recipe with the dish so everybody gets to try it. That would be fun. I think it would be fun. And TV, hey, look, can't go wrong with Golden Corral on a Thanksgiving too. Marlene, am I a Southern cook? Some Southern, originally from Western Pennsylvania, like old school country folks, Amish. So there's a lot of that, a lot of German, French influence in it. But then my first real cooking jobs growing up, like and working in restaurants, was worked with a guy named Bill Hahn from Shreveport, Louisiana, that taught me to make a lot of low country stuff. And I definitely let that influence. I just like good food. I don't like pretentious food at all. Keep that. Give me solid flavors. Becky, at least you're taking the husband too. He said, me and my two sisters are going to Western Steer. Oh, and my husband too, right? Clara said, all my family are gone, meaning parents, brothers, grandparents, hubby's family, another story. Clara, that one is so tough when you look at that as, and it's a period in life that many hit. I call it the orphan years where you become an orphan. I could see how it'd be difficult to out survive everybody. It'd have to be just tough. Bring in 500 more National Guard to DC now. We will talk about it in the morning. Everybody be blessed. I am looking forward to getting to saying hello tomorrow, few folks. No, I don't do a cucumber salad. Can't imagine. I can ask mom, but I doubt I did. I like. Well, I shouldn't say I kind of. I like the flavor of cucumbers, but they make me so miserable. My body does not do cucumbers. Doesn't do cauliflower. Doesn't do kale. Certain things it just creates like this gas pocket. There's a term for it. I don't remember what it is, but miserable. Shreveport, Stevie G. I do think some of the best low country food, that's where you're going to find it. I think the food is better there than it is in New Orleans. New Orleans is too touristy and catchy. And not to say that there aren't some fantastic restaurants. There are some fantastic restaurants and food. But if I'm looking for like just any diner, any whatever, Shreveport to me is better. How long to smoke a turkey? At roughly 250 degrees, you're going to want about 30 minutes per pound to smoke a turkey. So a lot of that'll depend on how accurate your thing is, but that's the general rule of thumb is 30 minutes per pound at 2.25 to 225 degrees. But honestly, once you get over about 12 pounds, you don't have to add any more time because it's just that constant temperature inside and out. At least that's been what has worked for me when you check temperatures and stuff. So there's your general rule of thumb. You smoke a turkey for 30 minutes per pound. Less if you're like smoking at a high heat, but that's just wrong. Turkey, I would smoke at 250, at least for the first couple hours, so that you don't culture any bacteria or anything. If you're into that, I'm into that. Meaning serve safe. You work in restaurants or you've owned too many in the past over the years or just whatever, you learn temperatures. Yeah, golden screw kill. Yeah. Wait, wasn't that just a plate decoration up until the 90s? Let's see, to our journey. Why are you always speaking of bonds? We only need to know what and when as people because the bonds are an indicator of when we go. That's why we talk about them. It'd be kind of like when you're like racing. if you're a drag racer, you talk about the lights because you need to know when to go. You don't want to just wait until the other car goes and then go. So you look for the lights in a sequence. Part of that sequence is the historic bonds. That's why. You don't have to watch. You can just sit there, don't check the news at all, and wait for the email to hit. And that works too. Don't know what to tell you on the Boulevard. No clue, zero zilch, nothing. Crawfish Festival. Ooh, I bet that is good. Or as they say down there, sucking head and eating tail. Yep, that's it. I'm out of here. Eastern, yeah, I bet if I had done Serve Safe, I never would have built a restaurant, right? As you know, as a restaurateur, Eastern girl, North Carolina girl, as you know, if you want to make a small fortune in the restaurant business, guys, you better start with a large fortune. It is definitely a labor of love. Definitely a labor of love. Yeah, that's what nightclubs. I don't know. I've seen people make killer in nightclubs, and I've seen people lose their butts in nightclubs. It depends on nightclubs are similar to like your cocaine dealer down at the local nightclub. You can't like to use the product. Greg, pro tip for cooking kale: use coconut oil in a skillet to make it easier to scrape into the trash. No, nobody knows the exact time or rate, but we watch it. If you don't think it's worth watching, don't watch. It'll still happen whether you watch it or don't watch it. Although I do think, guys, I think it would be hardly irresponsible not to talk about the rumors when they are out there, because too many people are going to give you unsubstantiated. They're not going to give you any background. You need to be able to look at them logically. They're going to be out there. They're going to be all over the boards no matter what I do. I could quit tomorrow and never come back, and there's still going to be that until this goes. And then after that, it'll be rumors about something else. You need somebody to help go through them to make sense of it. Is it something we should listen to? Is it something we shouldn't listen to? 2 cents on that one. All right, folks, I am calling it a night. See you in the morning for those that can join. If not, have a happy Thanksgiving.